The question that I got was this. Since you and Matt are good friends, do you share any of his passion for theater/musicals? So what I've done here is I've assembled a small list of first of all, just a number of well-known plays and musicals. All of them are musicals. And then below that is a list of like play-related and Broadway-related phenomena and practices, as well as just a couple of big names.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the list here, and for every name that I give you, I just want you to give like a quick one-sentence summary of what you think of that thing, and then I will say whether or not I disagree.
Okay.
Wicked.
Very good, very flashy, slightly overrated.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. I read the book before I saw the play, and they are very different. I don't know if you've read the book.
Yeah, no, I've read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're basically not. They are not the same story at all.
No.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I like it. But yeah, I really the thing that I appreciate the most about it is the set design.
Yeah, no, I love the set design.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing about Wicked.
Yeah, I love the set design. The music's good. The humor's good. It's a good show, just not like the huge phenomenon that I think a lot of people treated it as.
Chicago.
Not as familiar with it, but I do enjoy the movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much pretty much my.
I've never seen it on stage, but I enjoy it.
Nor have I. Yeah, I've only seen the movie as well. The Phantom of the Opera.
It's Weber's better musical.
But it's Weber. Phantom of the Opera, it's like musical fast food.
Mm-hmm.
Not terribly substantial, but it keeps you full, and it's, I don't know, I find it charming in its own Weber-y way.
Yeah.
The Lion King.
Have not actually seen it on stage, really, really want to.
Have you heard the
I've heard the soundtrack,
cast recording?
yeah. I've heard the soundtrack.
Yeah, I have not seen it. I'm in the same boat. I've only heard the soundtrack. Les Miserables, or Les Miserables, if you prefer.
Again, have not actually seen it on stage. I did like the movie. I thought that was pretty well done, but I haven't actually seen it on stage.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on stage either. I thought that the movie was a little bit too enamored of its live song recording.
A little bit, yeah.
And the editing kind of suffered. I feel like Les Miserables is meant to be a story of emotions, not so much logic. There's a lot that I can't get past in terms of the logical progression of the story and who we're asked to sympathize with and care about. Mm-hmm. So Les Miserables has never really worked for me personally.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with it, so I can't say one way or the other. And I think I've only seen the movie once. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah. The
Book of Mormon.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it? Have you heard the recording?
I haven't even heard the recording of that one. I've heard so many good things about that one. I've some of them from you, some of them from family members. I would love to become more familiar with it, but I'm not totally familiar with that one. Yeah,
I have the cast recording if you want to listen to it. And Maddie and I recently saw a performance in college.
Nice.
Not in college, in Chicago. College was not recent.
No.
I'm getting older. Yeah, so Book of Mormon is good. I like it. The Sound of Music.
Classic. Can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah.
I think I do like the movie a little bit better than the stage version, but that's probably because I'm more familiar with the movie and I've seen it more.
Also Julie Andrews.
And Julie Andrews, yeah, that does make a difference. But yeah, no, that's a classic.
Beauty and the Beast.
Love it.
Yeah.
I like that stage version better than the movie. I love the movie's great, but they gave a lot more depth to the story in the stage version. And they explored the characters a little bit more. I love the additional music that they put in there. It's great.
Really, my only gripe with Beauty and the Beast is it kind of removes what I really like about Gaston, in that he's a bit more of a cartoon character in the theater, whereas in the movie he's more of an exaggerated portrayal of a very real type of person, and that's what makes him such a menacing villain to me.
Yeah,
but that's really my only gripe with the musical.
Well, and I think that probably depends also on who's playing the part of Gaston, because whoever did the voice acting in the movie was really, really good. And I have seen some performances of the stage version where the guy playing Gaston really does come off kind of in the same way that the movie character does, where it's an exaggerated version of somebody real. So you can take what's written and you can put that kind of spin on it.
Avenue Q.
Avenue Q. I know the music. I have not actually seen it on stage, but I love the music and I love the story that goes behind it, and just kind of the way that they portray all that, and it's just funny.
Yeah, Avenue Q. I saw it on stage with the honors program at BG.
Oh, okay.
We there was a number of musicals that we went to see. Okay. Another one of which is on this list, but we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah. This one's a no-brainer. Into the Woods.
Yeah. No, that is my all-time favorite.
Really? It's your favorite?
That is my all-time favorite musical. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
I started watching the taped Broadway version that they have. I started watching that when I was, I think, 4. Only the first act. I for a long time I didn't know there was a second act. But I watched it so often that my parents hid the tape because they were just tired of it. But no, I absolutely love that music. It's only gotten better as I've gotten older.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. This is the next one that I saw through the honors program. 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
That is a severely underrated musical.
Yeah.
It really, because I think it's a lot more profound than people give it credit for. Because it really does have a lot to say about different personalities in kids and different different ways of raising kids, and it really has a really nice sampling of different intelligent kids with different issues, and I feel like people can't see past like the comedy and all that sort of thing, which is there and it's really, really good. But I think people don't give it as much credit for being a really, really smart musical.
I really, really enjoyed it. Probably some of the best theater experiences I've had were the ones that I got to go through the honors program at BG.
Yeah.
Those were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Rent.
I liked it better when I was in college.
I feel like that's a fairly commmin attitude.
It's a college musical. It really is. Looking back on it now, it's like, and I haven't seen it for a while, but it's very young.
I never cared for Rent. I never liked it.
I think I got caught up in kind of the theatrical emotion of it. That's kind of where I came to it from. Looking back on it now, it's like it's another one that's pretty overrated.
I never liked it at all. I wouldn't even call it overrated. To me, it's just bad. I don't like Rent.
Again, I haven't seen it for a while, so I don't remember a lot.
The Producers.
Honestly, I think I almost prefer the old Mel Brooks movie without the music. I've never actually seen The Producers on stage. I've only seen the movie. I don't know. I feel like the music was almost superfluous. In a way. Yeah, I feel like a lot of it was added as just kind of extra jokes that weren't really necessary.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat Mel Brooks for comedy. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's still enjoyable to watch. But I think I prefer the old version without the music.
I would tend to agree. You're gonna be mad at me for this one. Cats.
No.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. It's the worst. It is the actual worst musical I've ever seen.
Yeah. No.
I saw it when I was a kid, and it was the first time I had ever become aware of my own mortality. Like, it was the first time I can ever remember being consciously aware of the fact that I was sitting here spending time that I was never going to get back.
Yeah.
It was the first time I contemplated my own mortality was when I was sitting through Cats.
I didn't watch it. I didn't see it for a long time. I relatively recently, I think it was like 10 years ago when I finally saw it for the first time. And I'd heard both sides. People said it was brilliant. People said it was stupid. And I watched it and I was just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. What is it that I'm supposed to be watching here?
There's nothing to get.
No, there really isn't. It's a thoroughly pointless musical.
I hate it. Yeah. I hate Cats. Sweeney Todd.
I'm ashamed to admit I have not seen that one.
You haven't seen Sweeney Todd?
I haven't seen Sweeney Todd. I haven't seen the movie or the stage play. I've heard some of the music. But that is a Sondheim that I really do want to see and I haven't seen yet.
It's worth seeing.
Okay.
Even it's one of Johnny Depp's really good performances, I think, in the movie. I really like it.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that movie.
Johnny Depp is very hit or miss for me, but
yeah, no, he is.
Sweeney Todd I like.
Yeah.
He does creepy well. This is the last one on just the list of musicals.
Okay.
This one's kind of a curveball, but Twisted, The Untold Story of a Royal Vizier.
I don't even think I've heard of that one.
Have you heard of a Harry Potter musical?
Yes.
You know, the same people who did that did Twisted.
Okay. Yeah. I do remember that being mentioned to me.
It's Wicked, but with Jafar.
Okay, yeah, no, I never saw that.
See it. It's like it's really genuinely good. It's like it's funny, but it's also like incredibly moving, mainly because the guy who they get to play Jafar is phenomenal.
Okay.
It's all online. Watch it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Harry Potter musical, so if it's the same folks, yeah.
Team Star Kid.
Okay.
Which actually starts bringing me to various just names in Broadway, and one of them was Team Star Kid.
Okay.
They're not Broadway, but
yeah, I've seen Harry Potter musical all the way through. I've seen bits of the other Potter ones that they did. What I appreciate about Team Star Kid is that they're just having a good time. Mm-hmm. Like that's really what it is. They don't care so much about anything being like super polished or accurate or anything along those lines. They're just having a good time, and they're making a parody that is they're making what I would consider a good parody because it's obviously respectful of the original material.
Absolutely.
Like they obviously all love Harry Potter. They all have a great deal of respect for Harry Potter. And are also acknowledging that there are plenty of things to make fun of in Harry Potter. So, and it's just really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. It's all of that stuff is present and better in Twisted.
In Twisted? All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Watch it. Let me know what you think of it.
Okay.
I'll give you another easy one, Stephen Sondheim.
Oh, it's great. I really want to understand his music more. I steered clear of playing Sondheim for a long time because I've done musicals now. I steered clear of playing Sondheim for a long time just because his music is so difficult, but it's so brilliant and it's so moving and it's just I don't know how he does it, and I want to understand what it is he does to make his music so good. It's
really something. In fact, one of my favorite Sondheim related stories. I'm checking. I've got 5 minutes left on here. Okay. One of my favorite Sondheim stories is there's this podcast called This American Life or something like that, or like it's something on NPR. I can't remember what it was.
I think This American Life. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if it was This American Life or not, but they were talking to Stephen Colbert, who was in I can't remember which musical it was, but it was a Sondheim production, and
he was in Company.
Yeah, and he had Stephen Sondheim on the Colbert Report. Right? Mm-hmm. And this was one of the very few times where he totally broke character because he's a gigantic fan of Stephen Sondheim, and he was just being totally genuine, no Stephen Colbert persona, nothing, right? Nice. And he did like a little parody version of not like Where Are the Clowns or whatever. I always forget the actual title.
Send in the Clowns.
Send in the Clowns. Thank you. And he sang that for Stephen Sondheim. Just like he wrote just like kind of goofy lyrics to it. Like he wrote like the sequel to the original song, and it was that performance that got him into that play.
That's really cool.
Because Stephen Sondheim told him in these exact words, "You have a perfect voice for Broadway."
Wow.
Can you imagine hearing that from Sondheim?
Wow, that's incredible.
He called him personally and asked him to be in it.
That is incredible. Yeah, I remember I saw it was the stage version of Company. Neil Patrick Harris was the main character. And I remember looking, is that Stephen Colbert? Is Stephen Colbert in this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good
really
stuff.
Cool.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
To me, Andrew Lloyd Webber is the antithesis of Stephen Sondheim. Because Sondheim writes what I would consider artistic music with art, artistic and classical merit. Weber actually got his start writing pop songs, and it shows because his songs are very poppy. And he is capable of writing some good songs. He does have a few, probably about one per musical. But most of it is just very, very, it's very bland, and he thinks so much of himself.
Does he? I don't know what he's like personally.
I don't know what he's like personally. I just know he's very. He's worth a lot of money, because he's so popular, and I just. I don't know. I just get the sense that he thinks very, very highly of himself. Because so many of his musicals are so popular, and Phantom's still running on Broadway.
He's the kind of bad that's very easy to ignore for me. Like, I don't find his stuff like offensively bad.
It's not. Yeah, like it's not
part,
like it's not like offensively bad. It's just bland. It's just a lot of very, very flashy blandness. If such a thing is even possible.
Last two that we have here, Disney on Broadway in general, just like,
In general, I'm not terribly familiar with a lot of them. I've seen Beauty and the Beast many times. I want to see Lion King. I've heard so many good things about Lion King. Haven't seen Little Mermaid. Not really terribly interested to. And then the only other experience I've had with Disney on Broadway are the junior productions, which are not good, but they have the potential to be good. There's a lot of good staging ideas there. And I think in general, Disney knows how to take the visual medium and transfer it over to stage very well. They have a lot of good ideas, but they need to be fully realized if it's going to work.
The last thing I was going to ask you about was Broadway Junior, so we kind of covered that a little bit there.
I recently had an opportunity to do The Secret Garden, a version, it's called the spring version, and it's a version, again, much like Broadway Junior, a version that's supposed to be simplified so that kids can perform it. But unlike Broadway Junior, this version was actually good. So it is possible to take musical theater and theater in general and simplify it so that kids can perform it without destroying the integrity of the story, which is essentially what Broadway Junior does every single time.
Yeah.
They destroy the integrity of the story, and then they add all sorts of pop culture references and all sorts of really stupid jokes, like the sort of things that people write for kids who have no understanding or respect for the intelligence of kids.
Yeah.
And that's what bugs me about Broadway Junior.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the last one I had on the list. I've got about 45 seconds left on this.
Okay.
That was quite a bit longer than I was expecting it to be.
You get me to talk about Broadway and musical theater, I'm going to go on for a bit.
Yeah, honestly, this could probably just be its own video, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit that down very much.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, that's almost 20 minutes worth of footage there.
All right.
Yeah, so this question will probably be its own video. But,
okay.
So, yeah, thank you very much for helping me out with that, Matt.
Not a problem.
A joy as always, and until next time, good monkeys and fellow VEDSies, I will see you tomorrow.